What's up, guys? It's the Broken Brawler, Casey Blackrose here, and you're listening to the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy.
My stuff works like regularly, like it's supposed to. This is amazing. The true power of Ultra Instinct is mine at last.
Tommy has finally on that Windows 98 train. Congratulations.
Bro.
And of course, we got Mike.
What's up, guys? It's Big Mike here. We are going down the tracks here in 2023. The easiest job in the world has to be WWE title belt designer.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
mean, literally. It's like, hey, we need this belt ASAP. Sure.
Just make it smaller.
Take other belt, change color.
Take this.
Brand new title.
But white and gold. No. Take this, but black and gold. White. Like they just changed color.
Anybody get flashbacks of like Vanilla Ice saying why Ice Ice Baby was different from Under Pressure when you see this? Does anyone just get that in their heads right now? So
I didn't until you said it.
Yeah.
Now I can't not see it or hear it.
This belt is white leather with a black strap. But this belt is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
it
difference.
is what it is. But yes, Tommy, he's like I said, he's on Windows 98 finally. He's got it all working. Hey,
I
it's
was
all
wishing it was
working.
95 because he could have got that Friends introduction book.
Yeah, true. But if you remember the South Park movie when the system goes bad, he's like, "Fucking Windows 98, get Bill Gates in here." And as Bill Gates explaining why it's better, they just blows him away. It's like, so what could have been?
Well,
Anyway,
at least it's Vista.
yeah.
I mean, that was like the absolute
Anyway,
worst.
thank you everybody for joining us here on Thursday night. We're going to be recapping what happened at Impact Against All Odds. Mike and Tommy are going to go in depth about Mission Pro Wrestling True Colors. What happened? A match that we sponsored, and not going to lie, maybe there's another one we sponsored down the road because there's already a pretty big one that's going to happen. That's already been announced. Yep, Tommy's got the poster there already. Yeah. And we'll spend some time looking ahead to the premiere episode of AEW Collision, which takes place this Saturday. It's hard to believe it's already here.
I couldn't believe it was the 17th already. I completely lost track of time.
Yeah.
It's like what? The 17th? That's not till Saturday. Yeah. That's Saturday. That's what that's.
I remember 3 days ago when school ended. I was like, summer has started. That was 3 days ago, and now it's June 17th. How did June 1st to June 17th become 3 days? I don't get how time works.
So much stuff here. Yeah, that's a lot going on. So, but let's just start off and jump right in.
Oh, what's up, Sid?
Nope, Sid.
Sorry in the chat. Yeah,
just all there. Aside from a brand new championship belt for Rhea Ripley, which is a bit of a recycled thing, is there any other news coming up right now on wrestling front?
Nothing I can think of except for like a ton of
the new belts.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about Collision, obviously. There's some stuff coming out of that. Forbidden Door.
Yeah, there's just a ton of Forbidden.
Nice.
Yeah, a ton of Forbidden Door news.
That'll be in our major discussion next week. We're going to be talking all about Forbidden Door.
They've added some great matches, which, and it looks like they're going to add a few more. We're going to talk about Collision because there's a lot of news connected to that and people returning. So yeah, apparently. So I just saw this like literally a little bit before we got on. Apparently, if you go to WWE's corporate website, they have updated the photos of the executives and the big wigs in charge.
Oh boy!
And they've got a Vince picture that's more recent,
with the facial hair and all that shit he had.
Yes, and I don't know if the picture that's being shared on social media is the actual one or an AI generated image because I honestly cannot tell. And it's kind of scary, just to be honest.
Shame.
I'm afraid to pull it up right now.
But, I don't want to. I don't know if I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Damon, I mean,
Yeah,
they're not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's the we're into the network verse of WWE title belts, and everyone's jumping on the whole multiverse train a bit. Marvel did it, DC TV did it. Not that it's a live secret, but the Flash dives into it a bit.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm not.
It was the Flash movie, and ever since Flash was,
it's not like the marketing hasn't exactly shown that already, right? So
yeah, but ever since the Flashpoint comic, which is actually one of my favorites, I'm not gonna lie. Everything Flash related has literally been this, and that's why I'm kind of mad at it because it's always been the Flash ever since.
And hasn't this movie pretty much been in the works since that comic came out? So
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you say that as a joke, right? But it feels like it. That thing came out 2007. I have it.
If you haven't already, check out our Facebook page, Counter City Geeks, our YouTube channel, also Counter City Geeks. Tina, the kids, and I all went to see The Flash last night. We got an advanced screening, and the movie's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, a lot of surprises.
Let's do my parents' house.
But just be paying attention. It is a blast. It's a lot of fun, and there's a scene after the credits at the very, very end too. So
cool.
Some stuff you don't expect.
Or if you gotta pee, just go home and find it on YouTube. But
yeah, don't do
that too.
Or Twitter.
Yeah. So
or TikTok. Anyway,
let's talk about what is coming up on the local wrestling front here. So Hybrid has a show June 24th. Happens to be the same weekend as Slamversary. Right. Oh, no, that's Slamversary. Forbidden Door, excuse me. RCW on July 2nd, 4th of July weekend. BOW July 8th. And recently announced Mission Pro Wrestling August 12th. And we will get into what has been announced so far for that when we get into our discussion of True Colors. So, go ahead, Mike.
A couple things. So, Hybrid Experience doesn't have matches announced because it's luck of the draw. And so the theme appears to be, as they have a new commissioner, that they are going to draw names for matches. I'm not completely sure if it's going to be in some sort of tournament or just let's see who fights each other. So that could be interesting. RCW has their full card set already.
Interesting.
And so we'll go over that in the next couple of weeks, but it is stacked.
It is stacked as hell.
I think there's 10 matches set. So that's July 2nd, Stars and Stripes here at the Grand Event Center. That should be a blast. Speaking of stacked cards, and this one was stacked since the last show y'all had, Branded Outlaw Wrestling for July 8th. Also pretty stacked. I don't even know if everything's been announced, but just what was announced at the last show. So as we continue to talk about 224, wear shorts and t-shirt. Yeah, no,
he's not wrong.
Yeah,
not wrong. Feeling is ridiculous.
Just a lot of great stuff coming
Yeah.
through the local scene here. It's been awesome, and we hope to keep seeing it grow like this. So.
Yep,
for sure. It is amazing to see it grow the way it has since I started attending a lot of local events, and it's pretty cool. It's great to see it growth and getting some national attention.
Oh yeah,
So we'll definitely talk through that. For now, let's dive a little bit into Impact Against All Odds, which just took place this past weekend. This it was an Impact Plus event, so if you haven't gotten to see it yet, go subscribe to Impact Plus. Definitely worth the buy, especially for the way some of the results that came out of this.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just gonna come out and say what our pick results were on this one. Tommy and I went 2-3, and Mike went 3-2. We stick to just picking the really kind of the main match, like the title matches and the random scramble match, which for once, Mike.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I got the multi-man match, the bane of my picking existence on this podcast. Impact and their multi-man is just like the worst luck, and somehow I got it out of Nick Aldis. So
based on that happening, I'm assuming Mike is going to be retiring from picking Impact.
Yes.
He's got his multi-man. He's good. What else does he have to prove, Yes.
So I will be stepping down officially right now.
Yeah, so I guess, JC, from now on, it's just you and me picking. So,
I guess so.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, when I saw the result, I said, holy crap, Mike got it right.
Some of us have pulled some of us have like pulled random Tez here and there, but have you ever
Yeah.
gotten a multi-man match right on Impact? You know, so
Have any of us ever got that right?
I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the results that we're going to talk about here in a second too were shocking. But then the most shocking to me was like, I got the multi-man. Yes.
Yeah. So let me run down what did happen here. First with the dark match, Yuya Uemura defeated Sheldon Jean. Pre-show matches, Kylie King defeated Nevaeh. Joe Hendry defeated Dirty Dango. Now some of the singles matches, Frankie Kazarian defeated Eddie Edwards. ABC, the team of Ace Austin and Chris Bay defeated the Good Hands to retain the Impact World Tag Team Championship. Dog collar match, Masha Slamovich defeated Killer Kelly. And then here we go. Here's where it gets nuts.
Yes.
X Division Championship, Chris Sabin defeats Trey Miguel. Wow.
I'm sorry, is it 2008?
I don't know.
Bruh. I was like, I mean, I'm not mad, just okay, cool.
But wait,
Was
there's
AJ
more.
Styles and Christopher Daniels in this match too?
Man, that would have been so good. Can you
Been a hell
imagine
of a
that throwaway?
throwback, right?
Yeah.
Nick Aldis defeats Bully Ray Heath, Jonathan Gresham, Mike Bailey, Moose, PCO, and Rich Swann to win that 8-4-1 match, which I want to point out. Where is it? Mike and I were on the right side of who's going to win the 4-on-4 part of it.
You guys were
and
right.
then it was just down to that. So, yeah, Tommy Ogle, Mike Bailey. I went with Jonathan Gresham. I said Jonathan Gresham. Yeah. So we were on the right team. It's just you ended up getting the right guy to win that. So yeah, Nick Aldis here, who looks like he. I want to say he submitted Bully Ray. I can't remember who it was that he got. So
we are in a time warp, Bernsey.
We are.
Especially when we get to the final result.
Yeah.
It's just a jump to the left, but then you step to the right.
Right.
Sorry.
If you don't get that, she's too young for you, bro.
Bro, for real. I mean, facts, dude.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Deonna Purrazzo and Trinity defeat Giselle Shaw and Savannah Edwards. And I believe they announced after that Slammiversary is going to be Deonna Purrazzo versus Trinity for that Knockouts Championship.
That's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
But now they're going to fight.
Now,
so basically, New Japan.
A match that I've heard has been quite of a show stealer. Reading up about it, Ohio versus Everything defeating the Design in an Ohio Street fight.
That doesn't
I
surprise me.
need to go find that one.
Yeah, I want to see it just because Madman Fulton's back. I keep telling people that if you ever go back in BOW history, before they both left back to the main roster stuff, Eli Drake, who's now LA Knight, and Madman Fulton had a match at BOW. To David Verzi.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, you're good. Dude, it was the time warp. Of course, I was gonna let you sing it. But during the match, this is where like I was like, Eli Drake needs to be signed somewhere. He got on the mic and was like cutting a promo mid match, and I was just like, while he was doing it, I said, why isn't this guy signed somewhere? I don't understand why he's not in someone's promotion. And now he's LA Knight in WWE, and even though he's a heel, you can't tell by the crowd. They do not give a single shit.
not to tangent too quickly, but WWE is about to have another. Oh, this person's got over by themselves, and we're not pushing them yet. We should probably do something.
That's true.
And then finally, the main event: Alex Shelley completes the Motor City Machine Gun sweep and defeats Steve Maclin to win the Impact World Championship. So, right now, the Machine Guns don't hold tag team gold, but they each hold singles gold right now.
Okay, I want to make this perfectly clear about what I said last week.
Yeah,
I was picking Steve Maclin because I thought they were going to have him hold it all the way till Slammiversary or beyond.
Same.
But that being said, does Alex Shelley deserve that? 1,000%.
Yeah.
And no way, shape, or form did I ever think he didn't deserve to be world champion, because he was a staple of ROH. He was one of the earliest success stories from like old school TNA when he was like with Abyss and Goldilocks, and they had that little thing going on, and he really wasn't known, but. You know, he started Generation Next, Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley has been due his roses for a long time. Am I shocked? Yes. Does he deserve it? 1,000% yes. I just can't believe they pulled the trigger. But I mean, it was the right call. I mean, I'm not mad. Steve Maclin's got a long career ahead of him. I'm sure he'll get it back in some kind of heelish, underhanded, dastardly way. But for now, right call. I got no problem with that.
For sure, and his first big major title defense is going to be against Nick Aldis at Slammiversary.
It's gonna be so good.
I mean, first time. Congratulations, you're champion. Now you got to defend against Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
At one of Impact's biggest shows of the year.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is July 15th. So the road to that begins. So far, as I mentioned, Shelley versus Aldis and Peraza versus Trinity are the only matches that have been announced. I'm very interested to see how the X Division is going to play out with Saban now champion. I really hope Shelley gets the win over Aldis. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this, but I'm interested to see if they end up pulling Saban taking the option C against Alex Shelley down the road. Maybe when we get to Bound for Glory, I don't know. There's a lot of potential there.
Well, it was probably the first match they've had against each other since about 2008, 2007. Yeah. Because I remember a time when Alex Shelley was the mega heel that everybody hated. I mean, everybody was just wanting to beat him up, and him and Saban crossed paths a lot. That's why it was almost weird when they formed Motor City Machine Guns. I was like, where the hell did that come from? And I was like, oh, they actually know each other. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
but I say that, and a part of me really hopes that Saban's like, no, I'm good. I need to bring prestige back to this title. How many years did we watch TNA and Impact and think, man, the X Division is just so much more entertaining than the World Championship?
The Hulk Hogan era. Oh no,
that too. But it was like, I mean, now it's become more of a stepping stone. Like, okay, I have this title. Let me cash it in for a shot. It's like maybe you start bringing some prestige back to it. It's sometimes when that happens, I feel like it becomes a forgotten title.
Yeah, you know? I that's why I kind of didn't like Option C in a way, because it made it feel like it was just like a placeholder title, and that really wasn't what the X Division was. But I mean, that belt was the main event for quite a few shows. Lest we forget the Unbreakable Triple Threat, which to this day, I rewatched it the other day. That match still holds up. The quality of that has not faded at all. It's still just as good as it was back then.
I can imagine.
Even though it was almost 20 years ago. Jesus Christ.
So definitely, guys, these results are amazing. I've seen highlights here and there. I want to go back and watch this show. And
same.
These are the types of things that Impact is doing great, and it's making Impact Plus worth it. So definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. And keep an eye on it, because they have Slammiversary coming up, and not long after that is Multiverse United 2, which is Impact and New Japan. And I think, is it just the two of them this time? Yeah, Impact and New Japan.
Okay.
Taking place in Philadelphia, pretty much a month after Slammiversary. So
cool.
A lot on the horizon for Impact as well. Now let's move into our discussion of Mission Pro Wrestling MPW True Colors. Guys, you were there. I was, being the softball parent thing, having to deal with that. So, and it was hot as hell this weekend. So
dude.
I envy you guys being in an air conditioning gym, but then again, it was probably just as hot with as wrestling shows can get crazy. So, give me the rundown.
Well, I mean, as soon as Genocide walked out, and you mean hot as in temperature? Then it was really hot. Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Now, for us stepping in to sponsor a match, how'd it go? Was it pretty awesome to actually see that, hear that, and have such a big match as the choice there for us? So.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I don't know if we want to jump right to that. It was definitely a great choice of a match.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a hell of a match. And before the show, Genocide came, and I'm pretty sure she did to you, but she thanked us because we were wearing our shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did.
And she's been really cool with us. I know Jasmine thanked us online.
Yeah.
No,
didn't want to do it in person. She didn't give you a hug, Tommy.
Tommy, there's stuff to share from.
Look. First of all, that picture was under duress. Let's just call a spade there. Anyway,
I mean, I would never put you in that kind of position, Tommy.
The bullshit that easily leaves your mouth is amazing.
All right, you know what, Tommy?
Oh, God.
Because I have some things to say here in a bit.
Oh, boy.
But before we get there, let me say something else that she told us. JC, do you know what she has on her phone?
I'm going to assume it is the clip of her in that liner that we play sometimes.
Well, close. It's not exactly the liner. It's here. It's the clip of Tommy cheering for her at the show when she was on the.
No way, really?
Legit told us.
Yeah, because she told us that. She confirmed it. It's on her phone. And that just was great to hear.
But
It's amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
So, do we want to start off with that match? Is that where we're going to start off at?
However you guys were, you guys were there. I mean, what really stands out? And if you're
let's
watching,
get to
share your
that.
thoughts on the show as well.
Let's kind of go in the order because it was a really good show. Started off with MJ Santana, who's a regular there, versus Cio Nieves.
Yeah.
Solid match. And then I found out online because there's a guy there. Find him online, Tussle Mania.
Yeah.
TUSSLE Mania. He just goes to like wrestling shows all over the US, indie shows, makes all these great videos, does photography, makes videos. Like I've seen tons of his stuff before I finally got to meet him. And MJ Santana won that match with basically what's like the code red.
Yeah.
But what did she call it? The breach of, like he made a little post and was like, MJ Santana picks up the win, and
I can't remember, but yeah.
But it's like the coolest name for it's just the code red, but she hit it nice, and it was a good first match. Cio Nieves' character, like in social media and stuff, is kind of like she's a hacker. The only thing I would say is it's kind of hard to portray that in the ring.
Yeah,
she's a great wrestler, but I just feel like the character and like what she talks about in some of her promos and stuff, I guess it's hard to show that in the wrestling. But great opening match. The second match, JC, your boy, JP Harlow.
That's right.
Versus probably me and Tommy's new favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Black Swan, who is a legitimately trained ballet dancer.
Yep.
We're hoping to see more of her soon. Took it to and really confused and was getting over on JP before, lo and behold, the men's wait. They are no longer going to be known as Men's Revolution. There was a tweet that came out that night, and I decided that what they describe their actions is their new name, and they are now known as Lame Shenanigans. That is now the official names as far as I'm concerned for Men's Revolution. Yes. Lame Shenanigans. They came out and interfered. They threw a boot in. Now, granted, she got the boot away and hit him, but still had to deal with constant distraction from the outside. And then
quite irritating.
He got the win, even though she hit him. She had him locked in. Is it the Muda lock or some version of it? But like,
yeah,
it was really impressive.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Jason. She really was. But the thing that's really cool is like she incorporates the like the whole thing into her gimmick the whole time. Like the dancing, very flexible, like kicking him in the face when you don't expect it, like doing
she's actually doing like actual ballet poses. Like when she was in the corner getting checked by the ref, she actually did like the full stretch while standing on one foot, and it's like that is something you learn. It's like that's not just something that you can just do. That is something. Who throws a Burnsy's? Sorry, I got distracted with her.
Please tell me somebody yelled that out. Who throws a shoe? Honestly,
no, but
damn it! I wish I would have
missed opportunity.
It really was. Now that you say that,
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sad I didn't do that. But no, it was she. Well, the fact that she like comes out in a full on like ballerina, actual Black Swan like overcoat that she
the music too.
Yeah, I think her music too. Just like, and she's really I put it as ethereal with her entrance. It was like really really cool. And like she's seriously impressed the hell out of the entire crowd. It was like to the point where it's like I get to storyline, but she really should have won that match. But anyway,
oh, real quick, the MJ the code red, the breach of peace.
Oh, that is a cool name. Yeah. Damn it, I could have used that as a book title. Why did I think of that?
But JP did sneak away with a win as he always does.
Yeah, bastard.
And now he's whining online about he deserves a title shot. But
title shot.
he wasn't in a number one contenders match. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
There was also I don't remember the exact order, but there were 2 debuts in the same match.
The next order was Mia Friday and Queen Uju.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
That was 2. We've talked about this because Uju's been there before, but from what we understand, she's been trained or training under Athena, and you can tell.
Yeah, you could so tell.
It was literally 2 different styles of Mia Friday, who was young, energetic, and I don't mean like Uju's old, but I just meant like young, energetic, full of energy. And
like, yay, happy to be here.
Yeah. And Uju's just like,
Ugh, you're all beneath me.
And I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
Yep.
Although Mia got the win, right?
Yeah, she did.
Mia got the win.
Mm-hmm. It was cool because I think they're building her up too. So even though I don't think she's done with high school yet either, it doesn't make me feel old at all. I'm okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good.
Oh, that's
Please
right.
don't sound creepy, Tom. Yeah. So.
during the Black Swan JP Harlow match, when Boss Baines came out, Charity King and Danny B came out and beat the crap out of him in the aisleway. I don't know if they had cookie sheets. I forgot what they had.
It was cooking sheets.
Right?
Yeah, it was cooking sheets.
They laid into him.
Oh man, it was such a great sight. I had so much fun watching that.
The whole crowd did, so much that he couldn't compete later on in the tag team match. But yeah, so I forgot about that. But thanks, Jason, for bringing that up.
Yep.
Yeah, Lame Shenanigans is their new official name there.
Yep, Lame Shenanigans. I'll wear that shirt.
Yeah.
And then what's Matt was
number one contender, Tiffany Nieves defeating Emi Camacho. Yeah.
This Mission Personal Wrestling.
Look, here's the thing, and I have a couple apologies to give out.
Okay.
The rest of this, and the first one is honestly to Emmy, because no, seriously, and I mean this because I think I underestimated you or her because Tiffany had kind of been so dominant and so fierce in her wins, and not that Emmy's not, but I just didn't think like Emmy was going to be able to. And dear God, did she bring it? Emmy.
No kidding.
They beat the crap out of each other. And Emmy probably could have won that. And one of my first disappointments of the night was Tiffany pulled the ref into the way of a spear from Emmy, and then pulled down like her boot or her knee pad and all this. She's from New York, so at first we weren't sure if she was pulling out a shank.
I mean, I wouldn't have been entirely surprised if that would happen.
It was literally a multi-tool, so she could cut the zip ties and take off the corner pad, the turnbuckle, and then wound up throwing Emmy into it. So a little disappointed that Tiffany had to cheat to win.
Same.
But she is the number one contender.
Yeah, but she won, so that kind of made up for it in my mind. I'm kidding.
And that's part of the reason that I feel like I have to apologize to Emmy because she kind of got screwed. And she brought it. She could have easily won that match.
I think she'll get another shot sometime in the future. I think she even said that they're not done. Like she said that.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Next couple matches, there's Maya World defeating Brittany Brooks and Alejandra Leon defeating Shay Carmichael.
So, again, also fun.
Yeah, Maya and Brittany were their debuts for both of them there at Mission Pro.
Yeah.
Great match. Yeah, I mean, definitely that one. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
And then Alejandra, interestingly, announced by her, I don't know if it's her real name, but announced as Alejandra Quintanilla.
I believe it's her real name. Actually, it was unexpected. Because here's the thing, I'd seen her switch that on her Facebook, but because I figured that was always like her, her like just her
actual name.
No. I figured Alejandra Leon was her business, her wrestler face. But then she was to her name, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess she's going by that now. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, girl.
It's one or two things. Either she's making that move just to kind of get more of her name recognition, maybe something family related, or she got a cease and desist by somebody else out there named Alejandro Leon, and there's some issue. I mean, the only time there's a name change, you see that kind of stuff.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah,
it's entirely possible.
I'm hoping it's a family thing, but
yeah,
she always she's another one of our favorites. She always brings it. She's fierce. Shay Carmichael is good, but young, and just needs to stick with it. Hopefully, she'll keep coming and get that breakthrough victory eventually.
Yeah.
All right. Next was the match we sponsored for the MPW championship, and I gotta show this picture here. Yeah. Which I'm gonna throw this out there, Jasmine. If you're watching this, I have a feeling this might be your new phone lock screen picture. Or
I swear to God, if we see her, I swear to God, if we see her in August and this is her new profile picture,
I believe it. I believe it.
Or like her lock screen on her phone. She's like, "Hey, look at my phone! I don't want to see her damn phone. Damn it!" It's like the fakest smile I could possibly have. By the way.
Come on, you were happy to see her there. So, yeah. So that was that picture that Mike was talking about. So.
Yeah, and this was a hell of a match.
Yes. Start to finish.
So, Jasmine right off the bat interrupted pretty much Genocide's entrance as he was coming around the ring, and in fact. Jason knows this, and Tommy, we were counting how many matches started with an actual lockup,
like
and how many matches just got into it with fights and stuff. And this definitely did not start with a lockup.
We counted 3 matches, just 3 that started with a collar and elbow tie-up. That's it. Every other match just turned into a fight immediately. I was like, what are y'all angry about? Who owes who money? Hey.
I'll be posting about raffle tickets. This little All-Star, they won their first game tonight for All-Stars. Bracket keeps going. And this guy, T-ball brother here, or softball brother here. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll post it later for raffle tickets. If you win a PS5, I'll have that later on. So you always got to get some sleep. Good night. Good night. All right.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. Good night, Jay. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. Get out of here. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead on the title match, guys. Sorry.
I mean, it was a hell of a match.
Yeah. I'm not helping.
What are your thoughts, Jape?
Hold on. Say what you want to say real quick and then go.
Hello.
Okay, that's it.
Hello.
Here. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
I mean, Jasmine is tenacious, and
no idea, Jason. You have no idea.
she has that fiery Latina heat in her.
Yeah.
No matter who she's fighting, she brings it. And Genocide is Genocide. And she was throwing Jasmine around for part of the match too, because she is big and strong, and she will toss you around a bit. So Tommy, this is gonna interest you a little bit. I have a second apology to make.
Yes.
This match.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do.
And that is to the champ, Genocide. Now, I did pick Jasmine to win, thinking that there was going to be shenanigans, probably from lame shenanigans.
Yeah, I think we all thought that.
But I apologize, Genocide, for that. I should have had more faith in you. And then, Tommy, do you want to talk about what happened after the show?
Oh, do I?
After the match?
After the match, jeez. Okay,
this has been kind of the big news. Yeah, so go.
Yeah,
for it.
So Izzy, now going by Izzy Moreno for her soon-to-be debut, and here's why that's about to happen. Jason's coming.
Hey, you know what? To back Mike up, you make your picks, you ride or die with it. I have no regrets about making that pick, other than that wasn't right.
Well,
But still,
we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but so Izzy had where's my bracelet? Damn it, I meant to have it with me. Here it is.
Oh yeah, I got one too.
Yes, she handed out these bracelets that says "Be your own best friend." So we're Izzy's best friends. But she tried to give one to Jasmine after her loss because Jasmine was looking sad-ish, as sad as she can look. And after giving her a bracelet and even hugging her, Jasmine Allure decided to absolutely beat the crap out of Izzy. And to the point where even I yelled, That escalated quickly because she just absolutely just trucked her from behind. It was amazing. I was like, damn, that was a lot of rage to the point
I don't know what their exact jobs is, and they may not be actually security, because I'm pretty sure they're students. But there's usually two people standing on the other side of the entrance. And in the past, there's students that we were familiar with. These two seem like newer ones.
Yeah.
I guess they're not security because they just kind of watched. Right, like front row seat as Izzy was getting beat down. Yeah, and then eventually Emily Mayer came over. Brian Cervantes came over.
Yeah.
We're finally able to stop that.
Well, in the security guard's defense, Izzy hugged her and got her ass kicked. If they would try to pull Jazz off her, can you imagine she'd have done to them? It's like you know what? They're like, you know what? It's our business. It didn't involve us at all.
JC, do you mind if I take my 1 minute warning right now?
Oh my god.
Sure. Why not? Let's adjust this here. Breaking news, guys. Mike is going to jump in for his 1 minute warning and go.
So back in February at Kickstart by Heart, when Jasmine cost her team and Mission Pro the match against Lame Shenanigans, as they're now known, I defended her actions and tried to justify that. I can't justify what happened after this match. And Tommy, your wife played a big part in this because both times at the February show and at this show, she looked at me in the eyes and was just straight up, is this what you represent? Is this what you're about? And I have to answer her now. And I have to say no, and I can't. I am officially off the top tier bandwagon. I can't justify attacking Izzy the way she did. And I've tried to justify it, and I can't. So that's another reason I had to apologize to the champ.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
You heard it, and let me just go ahead, finish it.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Jasmine, you're an incredible wrestler. You are super talented. You have the brightest of futures ahead of you. But Lame Shenanigans came into your house, and you took money and you let them go over, and then you attacked someone who was just trying to help you, someone who's not even officially in the business yet. And I just can't. And JC knows who my heroes have been over the year. It took me a long time to come around on Stone Cold because he wasn't really the good guy, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a Team Cap guy. I'm a Jon Snow kind of guy. And I just can't justify this anymore. So I am. It's on the tape, Jason. I'm saying it here.
Look at the comments, JC.
I see it. I see it. Look, here's what I'm going to say.
I just can't.
No regrets. Look, Izzy. First of all, you picked a fight with. This is going to be a great match. Your first match is going to be against Jasmine Allure August 12th. It's going to be amazing. You picked a hell of an opponent to have for that first match. But you got to know if you put yourself out there in harm's way, rookie mistake. Like, things are going to happen. She just lost, for crying out loud. What did you expect her to do, I'm not saying I completely agree with it, but I understand. I'm not saying I'm all like, Mike says he's always for the heroes and this and that. Look, I was forced to watch the Twilight movies. I was cheering for Volturi because Michael Sheen's a fucking great actor.
Okay. You know what? It's funny you said that. That is like the one good thing I can say about those effing movies was Michael Sheen was hilarious. Yeah. That is the only thing that was good about those damn movies. That was the only thing.
Fanning freaked me the fuck out, but in a good way.
You know what, guys? So, yeah. I am not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. When I came to the realization that this is what had to be said, I did not think it was going to turn into a Twilight discussion. So you never know where we're going to go on this.
Well, Twilight Zone, right? So
Twilight Zone.
I think this is still a compelling story. I think this. I'm not. I mean, yes, it is going to be Izzy's first match. This is, let's be honest here, it's going to make national news.
Yeah.
This girl has been in the spotlight. Damn near a woman. I don't know how old she is now. Yeah. Since the early days of the NXT on the WWE Network. That's really where her claim to fame. Who else remembers Sasha Banks making her cry? That epic match they had on a takeover. So, or it wasn't even takeover. It might have just been NXT in general.
I think it was just NXT. She just like made her cry there, and she.
But I think it's remarkable the support she's had from her family. Her little showing the training she's done. She's done MMA. She's done wrestling. She's traveled to train. She's done promos. Done her own little show. Hell, you said it earlier. Coachman may make the trip to see her. Freaking Michael Cole lives in McAllen. He might make the trip for that.
That would be cool.
Something to think
Michael
about.
Cole lives in McAllen.
He lives in McAllen.
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Wow. Yeah, he lives
That
in
is
McAllen.
random. Sorry.
Yeah, random place to live, but hey, it's actually a pretty good real estate market.
No, like it. Yeah, it's just okay.
It's a valley. It's chill. So I mean, he might make the trip. And he always had some fun with Izzy when she was doing her videos and things like that. So, I will answer that in a second. There, that's a good ad. Said Jasmine East with Sasha Banks. Funny.
We told her that too.
Yeah,
we did.
Jasmine Lewis should come out to Sasha Banks' old music just for the hell of it.
Oh my God!
No, I'm curious to see how this lays out. What kind of character you're gonna run with Izzy? I'm curious to see how the crowd's gonna react. This is gonna be the first of many. This is for someone making their pro wrestling debut as coming out of straight out of wrestling school. I don't think you've ever seen so much hype around this.
No, ever.
They're giving you 2 months to build this up. So, I'm excited to see it. Hoping that I can make it out there for that one because there's going to be anything softball related that weekend. It's like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say I defend Jasmine's actions, but I understand. You're walking into her house. So, what's that Chris Rock's comic special? So, yeah. But
Oh, I know what Chris Rock's what you're talking about. He's like, there's no reason kicking him and down a flight of stairs.
OJ should have killed her, but I understand.
I understand.
Yeah,
you're right. I think JC is wrong in this case, but I know what she's talking.
Let's see. I left the like. Thank you guys for just the local wrestling shop. I went to Spider Much Cheese. The guy was super cool. Oh, there you go.
Oh, awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cool.
Appreciate you watching. We love it.
So what I do understand also is that Hybrid may be helping her train for some of this.
Mm-hmm.
Casey and Brandon may be involved in that. So, hopefully she learns a few backbreakers.
If Casey's training, she's going to learn all of the backbreakers. But
So, Tommy, you have 2 months to help me learn how to properly boo and say things to her in a negative manner.
We got to do a training montage.
And
No.
Jasmine, if you see this, I just got to be honest with you about that. Also, my name's right there in case you forget again. So just thought I'd throw that out.
No, I'm not off the top tier bandwagon. I play fighting games. I check tier lists. Top tier is kind of a big thing. So so gotta go with that. So.
Oh my God.
Tommy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, finally the main event was the 4-way for the tag titles. Bougie Reality ends up retaining against the Money Birds, Charity Kane, Danny B, and Joey Hyder and JP Harlow. So
I did not get this right, but I am not mad in the least.
It was
pretty much we all decided.
I was a bit surprised. I really thought there was going to be one title change.
But pretty much the whole crowd around us was like, anybody but lame shenanigans. It
was an amazing crowd, like legit, except for the dude behind me. Yeah. That was like the one dude cheering for them the entire night. But all seriousness, it was a guy and his mom were at the show. They were super cool. They are so. I hope I see them at the next show. They were so cool. But it was like literally anyone but Vince.
All right, so how do we do pick wise? Mike and I both went 3-5, and Tommy 7-1. on
Wait,
his
what?
picks for
Hey, what was the one
MPW.
thing I got wrong? I can't remember.
Let me see. Did you get me a
Probably
Friday?
Mia and Uju.
Probably me and Uju.
Let me see.
No,
No, you took me a Friday on that one.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Let me find
CO
it
maybe?
here.
Did you...
Oh, I think I picked Black Swan because I hate JP Harlow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you took that
Yeah,
song.
I
I was
picked
the only
that
one who
song.
took JP Harlow.
Right,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
And-
I let my Bully Ray hatred that Mike has shine through. I didn't care how much logic was in the argument. I was picking Black Swan. And now, from now on, by the way, if we ever pick Black Swan for anything, I'm just gonna pick her regardless because I don't care anymore.
oh yeah. And by the way, back to that second apology. Genocide has now been Diana Perazzo'd.
Actually, same. I was thinking that too. I was like, I have to Diana Perazzo her.
And I know her next match is probably going to be against Tiffany, which
I'm going to be so conflicted.
But no, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's going to be the champ until they take it from her.
Yeah.
And
Shout out JP Harlow for making sure Tommy can get all his matches correct. Appreciate you. Go Stros.
He's shouting out JP Harlow for that.
That is pretty heelish of him.
Yeah.
But also shout out to the women in the match. I think there's a picture that JP put up. All 6 of them kicking the crap out of him like they're jumping him into a gang. Was one of the best pictures.
Let him get up. Let him get up. Fight back. Fight back.
We love Boozy, but shout out to the King Bees and to Moneybirds.
Yeah,
because they did bring it. Boozy was just able, because kind of smart, and was able to escape with the win whilst there was stuff going on around the outside and stuff. So, and then of course they had to come and pose with Lagaya because apparently she's their new favorite. So I
kind of motioned towards her, and like it was Maddie who was just waved Roche over. They ran over. And it was like it's got to be one of my favorite pictures right now that I've ever taken, because I was like, this is so cool, because in real talk, like I always I guess worries about stuff. I don't know why, but I think them just saying how cool she is. I think she just loves that so much, and they're all crazy and legit. Having them do that is it just proves they're bougie and all, but they really are really cool. And they're talented as all hell. So yeah.
and yes, so at Mission Pro shows, to answer this question, they're very available. Some are before the show. It depends on whose matches are early. But there's also an intermission time and then an after the show time. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 potential times, and if you're a wrestler on the show, there's no special. I mean, I don't see them changing it here, but up until now, there's been no special oh, well, you have to wait in line for the special one. They're just out at their tables like any other indie show.
Yeah.
And Izzy was very, even though she was doing commentary at this past show, before the show, she was going out and shaking hands with people. That's when we got our bracelets from her.
Yeah.
And even after the show, she was doing stuff. So yeah, so if you head to the show, she will probably be there with, I'm sure, a long line. But everyone else involved with the show too. That's been one of the cool things about any indie show, honestly, when they're available like that.
Yep, for sure. All right, on to the WrestleCast ratings will be provided by Mike and Tommy. Mike, we'll start with you. 0 to 5, 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December's member. Your rating for MPW True Colors?
I'm gonna go 4.75.
Okay.
Because I've just never we were literally talking about this in online with with Brian, but we've never been disappointed.
Never.
On an MPW show. They're great. They're fantastic. Clearly, you can see they bring out emotions in people. Sometimes they bring out illogical thinking in people over a course of many shows. But it was great, and all these matches were solid. If I had to pick one for the night, it would be hard between the Genocide Jasmine match, the number 1 contenders match, Black Swan and JP Harlow. It kind of depends on what you found the most interesting.
Yeah.
Whether it was the hard hitting, whether it was the action and the moves, whether it was something like we talked about with Black Swan, a kind of style you've never really seen before. and yeah, like it was solid all the way across.
All right. And Tommy, what about you?
I'm you know what? Screw it. I think I have to go solid 5, man. It was just such a fun show. It was, and the okay. So here's the cool thing. Putting aside the whole Jasmine Allure thing with me and her and everything like that. It was just a really good back and forth. Like it was like there were like there was like legit moments. It's like, oh man, she might lose. Like, and you had, and I like that, and I mean that as a good thing. It's like, because it was like legit. It didn't feel like, oh, just another title defense. It felt like, man, this is the champ in trouble. Because Jasmine does bring it. She really does. So and it was a great night. The debuts were fun. Again, I can't talk enough about Black Swan. I just really think she has an it factor that will make her stand out. And I hope she continues with it. And I hope we get to see more of her, not just in Mission Pro, but Texas in general. I really want to help start tagging other wrestling promotions. Be like, hey, bring her often. It's like, you guys need to, because I think even there was a question, I think Brian put out a post if anyone was trying to look for a spot in August, and I was like, please let Black Swan come back. So yeah,
on that same post, Angel Blue was like, how about me? And I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yes.
Love to have you back, Angel. Yes.
No kidding. Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Because for a number of reasons with her is because, I mean, Jasmine Allure thinks she could be the biggest heel in a promotion. I don't know, man. Angel Blue be like, ha, you rookie. Watch me get visceral hatred before the bell even rings.
I think I just got an idea.
Oh no.
Jasmine Allure tag teaming with Angel Blue.
Oh God.
Calling themselves Tommy's favorite tag team. That is MPW tag team material.
Would run face first into the nearest wall.
Jasmine, Angel. Oh, you guys need to meet. Book that shit. That'd be great.
Don't you dare message her.
I'll send her a message.
Damn it, Jesse.
Overall rating for MPW 4.875.
It's kind of funny, Tommy.
Yes.
Even with my changed views now,
imagine
that's kind of
Tommy's favorite tag team, that be their name, winning the MPW Tag Team Championships.
I can imagine having shirts made and making me being in a picture,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Both of them grabbing my arms and like making me smile, grabbing the corners of my mouth.
That's what it should be known as. That shit. So.
And they were tag team champions for a year too. It's just every show they just walk out. I'm like, damn it! How does no one beat you yet?
They're going straight bloodline with this shit.
I was just gonna say they would put Roman's record to shame.
They come out. We are the true ones.
Tommy's at his
Who
retirement.
would you rather win? The Men's Revolution or Tommy's favorite tag team?
Oh, them easily. That wasn't even a choice. See, this is, and then I said this on Saturday, and because Mike was saying about all these choices I pick over Jasmine Allure, and I said, but hey, I was logical. You mentioned people like Joey Specter. Hold on a second, I'm not that stupid.
All right. Before we finish this off, it gets 1 minute warnings. At least Tommy and myself. AEW Collision.
Woo!
The premiere episode is finally here. With
I can't believe it's the 17th already. Jeez, man.
Yes. And thankfully, with congratulations to the Las Vegas Golden Knights blowing out the Florida Panthers, winning the Stanley Cup in 5 games. So that clears up TNT's schedule. No sort of conflicts to worry about here. But Vegas, in their 6th season, is celebrating a Stanley Cup championship. Congratulations to them. Congrats to the city of Denver. Last year, the Avalanche. This year, the Nuggets. Pretty amazing stuff. It's great for the city of Denver. Next year, the Avalanche. I'm going to throw that out there right now, too.
That also means next week, by the time we WrestleCast again, unless we change the date, Wemby should officially be a San Antonio Spur.
Yeah, when is the draft?
Because the draft is next Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay, we're probably going to have to change the date because I think all of San Antonio's going to be watching that.
But he's the first pick, and that goes on at 7. We'll be good at 9:30.
Okay, but then we're going to be cruising down military honking our horns after we picked him.
I mean,
you know how this town needs this shit?
You might have a point.
Yes. So, I mean, I might be there. Anyway, yeah. We'll see. Anyway, Collision, so far announced on the match card, unless they've announced this. Miro currently gets to be announced. I don't think
it just said he's going to be there, yeah.
Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho.
And let's not forget that Thunder Rosa walked into Tony's door several weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
See what her involvement will be.
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews versus Andre El Idolo.
I could not believe that when I saw it.
Yeah. TNT Championship, appropriately on TNT. Wardlow defending against Luchasaurus. It's going to be fucking epic. And then finally, what is probably going to be the main event, CM Punk and FTR versus Samoa Joe and Bullet Club Gold. Now, Mike.
Yeah, that's me.
The CM Punk thing.
JC knows that.
Yeah. You've been pretty open about, how it's like, why does he have to come back? He came back. His blurring the lines promos. And you mentioned that apparently he did an interview on ESPN.
So I don't know if it's out yet. According to what they're reporting online, is it's either came out, but it's probably coming out tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And apparently, even though there were AEW's officials there monitoring it, he was blurring the lines. Apparently, some word got back to people that he already has beef with and they're not happy. Apparently, he shoots more on Hangman, apparently, from the stuff that happened with them.
Oh, no.
I assume he talks more. So I guess he's trying to put Eric Bischoff's famous quote to the test. Controversy creates cash. Because he's in Chicago. So I imagine he's going to get cheered out the building. And it's going to be loud for him. After that, in the Canada tour, I don't know what's going to happen if he's continuously on Collision, which it seems to be kind of the idea. And he himself, there was a little promo on Dynamite that he has things to get off his chest. Yeah. And Tony Khan said, it seems like it'd be a smart idea to give CM Punk a microphone when he returns on Collision. Tony's idea of a good idea and ours. Look.
Don't always match up.
All joking aside, CM Punk in the ring is amazing. I love his matches. I was so excited when he came back, and he put on a lot of good matches when he came back. It's just this stuff, and whether it's working people, but it's happened so many times, I really feel like there's just a part of him that, he just takes everything super personally. As weird as we've spent so much time applauding AEW about things and crapping on WWE for a long time, I feel like something that this is, if this had happened in WWE, they would have forced it to be squashed and not literally created a whole nother show to separate people in their locker room. For all the things we've kind of crapped about WWE doing over the years, I feel like something like this, Vince would have just been squash it or you're fired because you're not going to screw this stuff up. I don't know. That's the way I kind of feel about it. It just seems like you haven't solved the problem. You've just, you go to this side of the room, you go to that side of the room, but you're still in the house. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I kind of feel that way too, but I also feel like there have been instances in WWE where everyone just kind of just kept working and got over it, like Batista and Booker T.
Edge.
Yeah, well, that too. It's because if you think of that, especially that one, because Matt was fired. He was legit, not working there, and they brought him back. The story will be great. So I feel like there are just different ways of dealing with it. I mean, but then again, I don't think AEW is that scared of doing that. I mean, BJ Whitmer ain't there no more, so they said 100% that shit.
Well, yeah, okay, that's a different.
But the thing is though, it's I feel like under the circumstances they'll do it. It's just in this case they feel like the money's worth the juice is worth the squeeze if you're pardon the expression. Even if it'll
Girl Next Door, I like that movie too.
Yeah.
Great movie.
True. Yeah. But no, it's I just feel like they're gonna just kind of milk this for all it's worth, and for look, I just remember a rumor when all this happened that said CM Punk was injured anyway, and so he couldn't compete for the longest time anyway.
That wasn't a rumor. He was.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe they have legit squashed this already in private, and now all this is just feeding off of that because I feel two things were wrong in this case. I feel like Punk handled it wrong, and I feel like the Bucks and Omega handled it wrong. Because here's the thing. All of those guys should be used to being talked about. All those guys should be used to be getting it from all sides. And they all reacted badly, I feel. I just feel like maybe they all took some time and said, hey, we all acted like kids. We all got to grow up and make some money. If we got to do that on separate shows, cool, separate shows. We're going to make money on separate shows.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry. Like, they aren't, again, we know it. Everyone knows that AEW is not the biggest wrestling company in the United States. That's still the WWE, hands down. But if the network wasn't happy with them, they wouldn't be getting another 2-hour show on a Saturday. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad other people think they are.
You're not wrong.
If the network did not like the money it was already making, they wouldn't say, hey, make us more. They would be like, hey, we're canceling Rampage. That would be the case. So yeah. So that's just my opinion. But we'll see what happens on Saturday. I'm invested.
The idea that a Saturday evening show better. I mean, obviously this is going to work in the short term. How would this potentially be an issue long term when you start getting into NBA and NHL season? Basketball season is I know it's just over, but it always feels like it's right around the corner because it
does, doesn't it? Yeah.
So, any potential issues running into that? Get on the road.
I feel like they'll just do what they did with Dynamite. They'll switch days or just like say, hey, we're not going to have a show this week because of that. I feel like they've been
kind of thing,
Well, they've been pretty good with AEW about that. And AEW has been good at responding in kind. Like, AEW announces, hey, next week we're not going to be on the air or we're going to move to a different night because of the such and such finals. I feel like they've been pretty fair about that across the board. Yeah. And I don't feel like that's really messed up anything. It's just like, during those seasons. And I love the people who want to be like, oh, see, they don't care about that much. They made them move days. Like the Westminster Dog Show hasn't canceled Raw more than like every single freaking year. And I'm not knocking the Westminster Dog Show. Good for them. Like, but it's just, but you see my point, right? Yeah, it's like whenever something happens to WWE that's like business as usual, the exact same thing can happen to AEW, and the people who just hate them for whatever reason saying, they're finally closing. Can you guys wait for you to declare them WCW 2.0 again? Yeah. Like you've been declaring them since 2019 when you thought they were closed then? Jeez.
Yeah, it's good for them to have two shows, and I hope this is successful. I know the debut is going to be great. You're in that Canada tour, and let's see where you go from there, my also concern too is WWE has been running pay-per-views on Saturday nights fairly recently.
Yeah.
So there could be a conflict with that as well. So that could affect ratings too. Do you want to say something, Mike? Go ahead.
No, it was actually along those same lines as not only WWE but AEW had done a few Saturday type shows. Does that mean like they're done with those and they're going to stick back to Sunday, or is Collision not going to be on that week for the week of the pay-per-view? That'd be interesting.
So far this year, they've been doing Sunday pay-per-views.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's where they're going with it.
Permanent,
Could they do a thing where the Saturday Collision is earlier and they do like maybe a recap show and like their
Sunday Night Heat used to be?
Yeah, and they did like their dark matches beforehand,
Yeah, and I think because I know All In is on the 27th, which is a Sunday in August. So,
that's a lot closer than it used to be.
Yeah, for sure. And that's of course that's over across the pond. So for us, it's gonna be in the middle of the day on a Sunday,
And they still haven't explained how we're watching that, by the way. Whether it's a stream, whether it's a pay-per-view, whether it's there was talking about they just put it on TNT.
Yeah.
You would think, but
I don't know.
Well, I think we can almost confirm Will Ospreay will be on that show at this point.
Oh man, if y'all didn't see the end of
I did.
Dynamite. He came out and took out Kenny Omega.
He wants that belt back.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Also,
all right. What's up?
Jeff Cobb tomorrow night on Rampage.
Yeah, I meant to ask if you knew about that, Mike. Yeah,
This is the final Rampage, right?
That's what. Yeah.
United Empire.
He's in a tag match. I think a 6-man match.
This is the final Rampage too, correct? Is this it?
Actually, not that I heard.
No,
I heard they're still doing Rampage after
they're gonna
this.
keep going, but
It's going to be more what Dark used to be.
Yeah, it's going to basically turn into their dark elevation type show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to get as much. Yeah, but obviously now it's kind of like Dynamite and Collision are the two big ones.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just like what just extra matches like
main event basically. Or
Pretty much. Yeah.
NXT Level Up.
Yeah.
Level up. Sorry.
Sorry, my cat's trying to knock shit over. All right.
Saboteur! Anyway.
Yes, he is. Old man. He's hungry. All right. Anyway, let's move into our 1-minute warning segment here. Mike, you already had yours. So, Tommy, do you have something this week?
I do. I was going to say last week, but I say this week since we had a really good week last week. So.
Yep. All right. Go for it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so now 2 weeks ago was New Japan Dominion 6.4 in Osaka Joe Hall. So coming out of that was some pretty big news. One, of course, was Ospreay defeating Lance Archer for the number one contender spot. Sonata defeating Yuta Soji in the main event to retain the title, and now he will be Sonata will be at Forbidden Door. The biggest thing, though, was I think we've already touched on it. After Chaos and Tanahashi retained the Never openweight 6-man belts against Blackpool Combat Club and Shota Umino, Bryan Danielson called out Kazuchika Okada for a one-on-one match at Forbidden Door. So we are going to get the match of the freaking century at Forbidden Door. Some other stuff's happening at Forbidden Door, but we'll talk about that when we discuss it next week. And also Bishamon of Goto and Yoshihashi won both the IWGP and New Japan Strong tag titles after Aussie Open had to vacate them. But interesting thing about that, apparently Aussie Open did not leave the United Empire as was the thought when they signed, because they signed with AEW, but they apparently are not out of United Empire because they are still considered members. And even I think they're tagging, I think Kyle Fletcher is tagging with Ospreay and Jeff Cobb tomorrow night on Rampage. He is. And also, Bullet Club in Japan extended a bit because they got 2 new members. One of them is he left United Empire to join them. So I'm still hopeful we're going to get another Bullet Club Civil War because we have Bullet Club Gold in AEW. We have the Bullet Club. I think they're calling themselves the War Dogs in New Japan, and Ace Austin and Chris Bear kind of like, hi, we're still here too. And I think Bad Luck Fale has his own Bullet Club faction in New Zealand where the school is. So.
What about Bullet Club Texas with Chase Owens?
Okay, first of all, that's just Chase Owens because Boss Bays was never in the damn group. So.
I was just gonna say, wait, isn't it him and Boss Bays?
Boss Bays was never in Bullet Club. I don't care how badly he wants to believe it. Oh, by the way, that match is going to happen one-on-one at the next BLW show. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. The thing I want to talk about is match and wrestler sponsorships, which I believe is honestly the single greatest thing that's happened to indie wrestling over the last few years. So much has been made over the years about how hard it is on the road for wrestlers. You're driving 12, 13, 14 hours for maybe a $25, $30 payday, right? But you're trying to work your way up. And I think it's really great that a lot of promotions are starting to jump on this idea of fans getting involved in sponsoring wrestlers, sponsoring matches. And that's kind of the beauty of independent wrestling, right? What is it that you can spend? The fans really do make the show. If you haven't been to an independent show, and why haven't you at this point, you get to interact more. You get to be up front. You see a lot of wrestlers that could be on TV one day on some of the major promotions, but they honestly, these independent promotions help them with their quick wit. They got to, off the cuff, respond to people yelling at them at the ring, especially if you're a heel. You got to make some comments here and there. Seeing the opportunity for fans to, in essence, put their money behind where their mouth is, it is a great way for fans to get involved. It's a great way for wrestlers to make more money. And I really am enjoying the fact that this is becoming a thing more and more. If you have the means to do this, and you're able to support a wrestler or wrestlers in a match by all means do it. It's great. It's a good way to get your name out there for your company, podcast, or even just yourself. You want to put your money behind your favorite wrestler,
Yeah.
And thank you, independent promotions that do this. It's definitely a great way to take care of the wrestlers who put their bodies on the line for us each and every show.
And also for the wrestlers, a lot of them have cash apps and stuff now. If you just want to, just donate to them, they accept that. And also, when they're at the show, buy their merch, man. Buy a picture. If you can get a shirt, get a shirt. Just help them out a little bit, because like the money from the show is nice, but come on, man. I mean, I'm guilty of this because I don't always have money at shows, but I try to do as much as I can. But help them out, man. They need it for sure.
And also, just add on to that, if you're interested in sponsoring any of your different promotions, contact them. Trust me, if you tell them you want to sponsor and spend money with them, they will get back to you. Because I don't mean that in a bad way. Like
no,
they're all they're all putting as much as they can into these shows and the stuff for us, for us to go enjoy. So.
I did forget one moment, JC, that hopefully we'll get a clip of later from Mission Pro. I got to do a chest bump with Genocide. Almost got knocked over because she is significantly tougher than me, but whatever. So it's still awesome.
Also, I don't know if you've heard this, Tommy, but apparently at Hybrid, one of the finishing things they have for their graduates, JC, like in sports teams, sometimes if they're going to go play in a hostile environment, they will play loud music or things during practice. Apparently, they play sound bites of Tommy really loud at Hybrid.
I believe it.
And it's like if you can get through that, then you're ready to go to an indie show.
I believe it.
No.
It's why Casey Blackrose is doing so well now.
Yeah.
No
you
kidding.
Tune it out, right?
But seriously, like one of my favorite parts of going to these shows is being on social media that night and the day after when everyone starts uploading their clips and sharing their stuff. I swear to God, every clip someone loaded from Mission Pro, you can hear Tommy in the background yelling and saying something. I'm gonna go to Title Match and rewatch this show just to see how often I can hear Tommy during the show, because I guarantee you it's a lot.
That's not surprising. I mean, you want to see like, hey, this was a show. Was Tommy there? I'll find a clip. Oh, maybe he was late. Let me find a later clip. No, I guess he wasn't.
Damn.
No, I love you, Tommy.
Also, the amount of wrestlers who have told him, "Yeah, no, we heard you. We knew you were here."
Yeah, I do get that a lot. That's true.
It's great training. You're doing.
Yeah, I will say this. I won't say who the wrestler is because he asked me not to. But I will say, what? Damn, Jason!
What did I miss? What am I missing?
Anyway, but there was a wrestler. Like I said, I won't say his name, but he did say he's like. Because we were jumping at a show. I won't say what show he did, so I won't give it up. But he did say he's like, I know we couldn't interact like we usually do, but thanks. I was trying to be a heel, and I was making sure I got it. You really helped me out there. I appreciate it. I was like, hey man, I got your back.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching this week's episode of the WrestleCast. I do want to quickly plug my daughter's team fundraiser for a chance to win a PlayStation 5, guys. Raffle tickets are $10 each. We're going to have the drawing on June 27th. Helping the girls get to the Pony Softball World Series taking place in July. $10 a ticket, a chance to win a PlayStation 5, a Kamal and Burner set, or a Stanley Cup with a Starbucks gift card. A Stanley Cup, no, not the trophy, but one of those, Yeti type cups. People have been confused about that. So, yeah.
I mean, was that genius marketing or bad marketing? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
Again, if you help us sell some tickets, the girl on the team that sells the most gets $100, which would really help mommy and daddy pay for gas to and from Laredo. We'd appreciate that. So, definitely, you can send the WrestleCast a message. You can send me a message on Twitter at Squints84, WrestleCast at CCG_WrestleCast, and let me know. I can get you the Cash App information if you want to buy a raffle ticket. So, as for us, we are going to be back next week there's really not a whole lot to preview on the hybrid show because it is luck of the draw, unless they make some announcements there. But
we'll talk about some of the people that should be there. So.
Yep. And we're definitely going to talk about AEW Cross New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door, Forbidden Door 2, Forbidden Door 2023.
I almost feel like this is the show they kind of wanted to have last year, except for all the stuff that happened. But now they're going to get like everything that they wanted out of this year. So, I feel this one's going to be, steady.
That also steady.
Yeah,
too.
He mentioned it earlier, but yeah, definitely.
Yes, we got to go see The Flash yesterday with the screening. Myself, Tina, and the kids gave our little quick review of it. Look, here's what I'm going to say. I've just instant reactions here. We asked them what they're looking forward to. The moment Flash took off running, the effect of that, my son's eyes are just wide open, like, wow. Seeing it on the big screen, really he enjoyed it. And the moment Supergirl showed up, my daughter was so excited. Had the first time in her life seeing Supergirl on a big screen, not necessarily just on the TV show, but seeing that on the big screen, she was so excited to see it. The movie is a lot of fun. It is a great film. However you feel about DC versus Marvel, Mike, I think it is a lot of fun and worth seeing. And
I'm still
regardless of what Ezra Miller is dealing with and all that legal shit, he did a fantastic job as Flash. And this is definitely his best movie.
Also, Ted, if you go onto the Countdown City Geeks YouTube, he has an interview with Sasha Kaye from when she was here. Was it last week or whatever? And whoever took that picture or got that clip is the perfect picture, because it looks like she is making eyes at Ted. Like go check out the thumbnail for that interview.
Yeah.
And how Ted could conduct the interview calmly with that being done. Kudos to you, my man. You're a better man than us.
Because she is a very gorgeous woman. Oh my!
Yes.
When it's like I was like, Supergirl, who's Sasha? Hello, Supergirl. It's like I am so in.
And as always, visit the Countdown City Geeks website, countdowncitygeeks.com. What is going on here? Huh. That could be taken one way or another, bro.
Don't blame you, brother.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Jesus. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
What a note to go off on.
We may again move this. We might move the show to Wednesday because we're all going to be celebrating if the Spurs #1 pick, and if they end up with Wemby, we're going to be cruising military, honking our horns or something like that. I have no idea. So, might potentially move the show to Wednesday. Yes, right. So, so keep an eye on our social media for that information. We will be talking about Forbidden Door, and I think everyone's going to be excited for that one too. Yeah. Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC, and as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are
fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
See you next week.
Adios, Gunther.